All right, good morning, everybody. This is our last video lecture, section 6.5, and we're just going to dip our toes in. We're going to talk about one thing only, something called the determinant. So the determinant of a matrix is a real number, and we're only going to discover how do we find the determinant of 2 by 2 matrices and 3 by 3 matrices. Determinants, only square matrices have determinants, and hopefully that reminds you of inverses. Remember, only square matrices could even have an inverse. Not every matrix has an inverse, but if it does, it has to be a square matrix. So the determinant is related to the inverse of a matrix. So first, to find the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix, what we do is we multiply these two, and we subtract them. But subtraction is not commutative, so we have to be careful that the correct order is taking place. You multiply these two first, then subtract the other two. And there's a nice visual here. You can imagine just going down this diagonal. If you multiply these two numbers, you get this. And if you go up the diagonal, you multiply those two numbers, you get this. And then you subtract the two numbers. So let's practice. Find the determinant of this. Well, using that little arrow method, which is probably not necessary, but you would multiply 4 times 11. That would give me 44. You would multiply -3 times 5. That would give me -15. And let me make these not so bright. And you subtract. So 44 minus -15. Be careful with subtraction. It causes lots of problems to good students. So 44 minus -15 is really 44 plus 15. So we get the real number 59. 59 is the determinant. Example 2. Find the determinant of this. Please pause the video and find the determinant. Hopefully you did. So you multiply 2 times a fourth, and then you subtract this product, 0 times -3. 2 times a fourth is a half. 0 times anything is 0. So a half minus 0 is a half. And voila, 1/2 is the determinant of this matrix. And now 3 by 3 is a whole different story. Let me look at this. To find the determinant of a 3 by 3, remember the determinant is just a real number. You need to evaluate this. Now, how in the world are you going to remember all this? Well, remember those arrows that we just used. We can do the arrows again. There's a clever, very clever way to show. So what you need to do is, here's your 3 by 3 matrix. So just copy that 3 by 3 matrix to the right of that existing matrix. So just like this. And now we can use those arrows again. Watch. If I start from the top left and go down, let me A1 times B2 times C3 is this first product. And then the next one, B1 times C2 times A3 is this next product. And C1 times A2 times B3 is that third product. And then on the other way, going upwards, start in the bottom left corner, A3 times B2 times C1 is this product. And then B3 times C2 times A1 is this fifth product. And C3 times A2 times B1 is that sixth and final product. So this doesn't allow us to do this really without any thinking involved. When we multiply on the way downwards, we're adding those three products. You could be adding negative numbers, but you're adding nonetheless. When you multiply in the upwards direction, those three products you're minusing. So, but then regular rules apply. If you multiply these three and you get -7, then you're minusing -7. So that's really +7, right? So let's practice just one because these are a little time consuming. Find the discriminant of this. So first thing I do is, unless you have this memorized, we will use our little crutch. We'll rewrite the matrix. Oh, brother. Right here. And then we will do our arrow method. So first with the red arrows going down. So I'm 1 times 3 times 3 is 9. Negative 1, 1, negative 1 is positive 1. 2, 2, negative 1 is negative 2. Negative 4, rather. So these three numbers I'm adding together. And then going upwards. So negative 1, 3, 2 is negative 6. Negative 1, 1 is negative 1. 3, 2, negative 1 makes negative 6. But remember, these three numbers you're minusing. So when you multiply these three, you get negative 6. You're minusing negative 6. You're minusing negative 1, and then you're minusing negative 6 again. So you combine all six products together. 9 plus 1 plus negative 4. And then these three, minus negative 6 is plus 6, minus negative 1 is plus 1, etc. And you finally get 19. So 19 is the discriminant of this 3 by 3 matrix. So we can find the discriminant of a 2 by 2 matrix and a 3 by 3 matrix. And I think the homework assignment has 9 questions maybe. Good luck.